All right, it's time for the 2026 Charger Scat Pack 6-pack check-in. So as you can see, we are now right over 1,000 miles. I'm not gonna lie, I've been to Raleigh a couple times, so I've been putting the miles on. I'm gonna start with, first thing, this car performed amazingly within the first 500 miles. Super aggressive, takes off like I wanted to. But I noticed right after 500 that it was starting to get more aggressive. And originally I was concerned. I was like, hey, you know, why is this thing snapping right off the line? Well, it turns out at the first 500 miles, the car is self-governed to 450 horsepower. And at 500, it released the beast and gave me an extra 100. And now this thing is even better than when it started. So today we're going to look at some of the features within the car that do with performance. So I know I might lose some cool guy points for this if I ever had them, but we have our drive modes first. So if we go into our drive modes, we have our sport, our auto, our wet snow, and our custom. And then as you can see, here's an eco mode. And I hate to say it, I love driving around on eco. I love being able to save money on gas when I'm not looking to drive aggressively, and it's been awesome. So then we have our sport mode. Custom, you can set up some stuff. If you go into here, it says, hey, do you want street acceleration or sport acceleration? Do you want your paddles on and off, traction, steering? You can choose there. And then sport is kind of set up where, same thing, everything's set to sport, and I can go in here and change it, but I'm just going to leave sport the way it is. This is also where I can just put it in rear wheel drive only. Now, some of you may have seen the YouTube video that recently came out. I can't remember the name of the channel, but they drag raced a Scat Pack 6-pack, a Hellcat, and a Dark Horse, and the 6-pack won. And the reason basically is because spinning ain't winning. I got 4 wheels on the ground and they're all turning and ripping me forward, and I'm not gonna lie, it made my heart warm to see the 6-pack beat everybody else. Now obviously if they threw a Corvette into the mix, you know, might not have been the same, but I beat a Dark Horse. 10 grand less, and this car beat a Dark Horse. Once we get back into the other sport settings, that's located in your dashboard. We have our performance page, and here we can see how the vehicle's been running. We got our propulsion, G-force, gauges. That's kind of cool. And then as you can see, I haven't really done any of the the speeds. I guess the best I've done a quarter mile is at 63 miles per hour. Sorry about that. And then if we go into our race options, this is where, and I think this is really cool, and I haven't really messed with this too much, but we can actually set what RPM the vehicle shifts into said gear. So you can really fine-tune this to exactly the way you want. We can go into launch control or line lock if we want to burn out the back tires. I'm trying to find some place I can do that without losing my job. And then launch control, haven't done that yet, but yeah, looking for some place I might be able to do it. So these are just some of the performance features that are in the car. Like I said, even for the haters, stop by a Dodge dealership, take one for a ride. I guarantee you will be impressed. So we'll keep it up with the updates. Probably do another update at 5,000 miles when it's up for its first oil change, and then after that. But if you like this content, like, follow, subscribe, hit all the buttons, and we'll talk to you later.